How does body image influence one's emotional well-being? Body image is emerging as a public health concern because of its role in the development of eating disorders and decrease in emotional well-being. In 2015, the Butterfly Association found that at least 1 in 4 people have serious body image concerns. Increased time spent on social media has induced supposed body ideals, which contributes to body image disturbances, which ultimately leads to conflict and reduced emotional well-being. Self-discrepancy theory can explain this conflict and internalized discomfort as the discrepancy between the current body and what one's ideal body is. In a study, Photoshopping the Selfie, it examined the correlation between social media and body dissatisfaction. It was found that regular photo sharers had body-related concerns, which in turn results in decreased emotional well-being. This decrease in emotional well-being is often associated with other psychological disorders such as eating disorders, body dysmorphia, anxiety, and depression. Cyberbullying via social media has the same negative psychological consequences as just mentioned before. Cyber-based bullying is often easier to engage in than traditional bullying as technology evolves. It is important to note that the victims of cyberbullying are not the only ones who suffer psychologically, with cyberbullying perpetrators experiencing decreased levels of stable emotional well-being. Puberty is also another contributor to body image and emotional well-being. As girls develop through puberty, they have a change in fat distribution which can move them away from the thin ideal. The perception of being overweight prior to puberty appears to place some female youth at risk for later development of symptoms of eating disorders and body dissatisfaction, when compared with peers who perceive their prepubescent weight as either average or underweight. Body dissatisfaction does not diminish as one progresses from young adulthood to late adulthood, as it was found that decreased emotional well-being remains during midlife. It wasn't until about 8 years ago that developmental factors, or signs of aging, were found to be a main contributor. In the same study, it was concluded that developmental factors such as having children, being in a long-term relationship, and having job security have been seen to have positive effects on body image. It was also found that those who did not have high levels of body dissatisfaction are thought to be able to better adjust to their changing bodies. This adjustment being cognitive reappraisal, which is believed to offer protection by appraising what pressures are priorities. A study by Norman in 2013 found that even one single exposure to fat talking or appearance conversation can have an immediate effect on emotional well-being and is an active factor for decreased emotional well-being across men and women. Despite this, there is evidence to suggest that it is not the fat talk that is the sole problem, but it is the dynamic of the friendship group norms that is promoting the fat talk. Why would fat talk persist when it is damaging to personal well-being? Conforming to norms that leads people to be evaluated more positively by their friends. It is thought that one reason why we are willingly to associate with others in groups is that they have the ability to benefit an individual's lives through emotional bonding and personal security. Parents are usually the most important role models who communicate attitudes and behaviors when it comes to food, body weight, and shape for their children. How much importance is placed on appearance by the parent is bound to increase or decrease concerns on the appearance in the child. This pressure is especially strong when parents directly criticize or encourage children to lose weight. It is important to understand that boys are also a victim of body image pressure, as it was observed that boys who were of a higher weight experienced higher body dissatisfaction when they received encouragement from their fathers to diet. Girls who had a higher weight still experienced greater body dissatisfaction regardless if they were encouraged to diet by their parents. In order to potentially resolve this parental influence on body image concerns, intervention through restricting a child's exposure to media and building resilience to peer pressures and comments could decrease the value the child places on abiding to specific body image.